Everyone, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday today, and I just woke up this morning feeling inspired to talk about loving yourself enough to be kind to yourself and loving yourself enough to be honest with yourself. Now, one of the things that I kind of noticed that I was doing when I woke up was the first thing that I would do is grab my phone. First thing, check Instagram, check emails, check. Before I got out of bed to pee, okay? Better yet, eat breakfast. I realized that I was on social media for way too long, and it shouldn't have been the very first thing that I do waking up, because what happens when you wake up is as soon as you go into your phone, you live there. That's where you are. You're not where you really are, but you're in the world of social media. And whatever your timeline or messages or whatever you're looking at is bringing to you, that's what you're bringing into yourself as soon as you get your day started. So I started becoming a little bit more conscious on, just kind of breathing, waking up, being aware of myself and my needs before delving into other worlds, because social media is another world if you think about it. So what I started doing, and I haven't been doing it long, but I've been doing it very recent, and it's been working very well for me. My days are just so much better because I start my days off right. And starting my day off right is waking up and thanking God that I woke up this morning. That is number one. Just being grateful that I woke up, and just listing just a few things. They could be different every day, but just listing like 3 to 5 things that I am absolutely grateful for. After I do that, I'm aware that my body is tight. I'm pregnant right now, and sleeping ain't the easiest thing in the world, So I want to loosen my body up, so I start stretching in bed. I don't need to go on the floor or anything. And I just stretch my body out, get the kinks out. And as I'm stretching, I'm telling myself that today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a productive day, and it's going to be an awesome day. Just from doing those few things in the morning, changing my routine, my ritual for the morning, it has definitely changed everything. So small, but yet so conscious enough to know that it is a big deal. Another thing that I want to talk about is making sure that you are conscious in where you are living. And when I say that, I mean the space in your head. Where are you living right now? What I realize is that most of the times we are in places that we don't belong. We don't belong there, and it's none of our business. And usually those places are in the past, whether it's yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago, or in the future, whether it's tomorrow or 2 years from now. And we don't even live there. We're visiting. We belong right here. There's a difference between visualizing and being excited about your future and just thinking about the bigger picture and thinking about things that make you feel good right now, that put you in a really good place and a really good mood right now. But when it comes about making assumptions and worrying about the future, it's absolute insanity if you think about it. I overheard a conversation. I was actually a part of the conversation, but not really in it. And there was this girl, she was talking about this guy she was with, and she was happy. They had a great relationship. As far as she knew, she was happy. But she was still worried about something. And what she was worried about is, I just don't want to worry about him cheating on me eventually, within like another year or two. Everything is all good now, but it's still that possibility that he just might step out and be like everybody else. So I'm not going to enjoy this too much, because it may just change. Just like that. So I was thinking, I said, you know what? She doesn't deserve to do that to herself. Why is she putting herself through that when she doesn't even need to put herself through that? Basically, you're in a great relationship space in your home. And when I say home, I always mean right now in the moment. This is where you live. She is sticking her nose in business where she has no business being. A lot of it, we do this every time. I swear to God, if we can have someone else reiterate every single thought that we have every day out loud, we would either, one, want to punch them in the face for disrespecting us, and number two, we would think this person was absolutely crazy. We can't necessarily monitor every single thought, but what we can monitor is how we feel. Now, of course, when it comes to preparation for the future, that's a different thing. We're grown-ups, right? Most of us are. We're supposed to prepare for the future in a sense. There's a difference. The foundation of preparation is in what you do right now anyway. So if you literally live your life day by day, brick by brick, Lego by Lego, when you're taking action right now, when you're making a decision to take an action right now, you are simultaneously preparing for tomorrow. Simultaneously. But when you're only in preparation mode and you forget about home, you have no business being there. It is pointless to live in tomorrow if you are not living today. Please don't forget to live today. I know it's easier said than done because it is a practice, especially when it's not habitual yet. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm in practice mode. It is not a habit for me yet to live day by day. But I make sure that I'm conscious and aware enough to catch it when I can, as best as I can, and center right back to home. And since being conscious enough to do that for myself or to practice, it's made my days so much better. Think of each day as literally starting all over again. When you wake up with a clean slate, there's an element of surprise that takes place. And surprise brings on gratitude automatically. That surprise element when you wake up, because you're surprised, you're like, wow, you know, I am not guaranteed this every day. So yes, I am surprised. I am surprised and I am thankful. You have expectations, but you kind of don't. You know, but you don't know. It's such a cool game and it's such a cool way of living. Like, it's funny because what we know, what our spirit knows, is bigger picture feeling. We know, for instance, me personally, I know that everything always works out in my favor. I know that everything that happens to me is not happening to me. Sometimes the circumstance wears a mask as a negative experience, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just straight up revealed that it's a great thing. It's up to me to choose how I react to these circumstances. But either way, I know I can't predict the circumstances that happen to me, but what I can predict for sure is that everything always works out. And that is just a knowing that I have. I look in hindsight and I see that everything has always worked out. 99% of the things that happen to us, we do not see. We only see the 1%, and usually the 1% is what we planned. That's why the element of surprise really helps me, because I don't know what's happening to me today. I don't know, but I know that it's all in my favor. I really truly believe that, and there's a difference between believing it and just saying it. I know that a lot of you guys are familiar with this way of being. Sometimes we just need to be reminded to come back home, to come back to center, and to realize that life is at home. Life is here. Life is not tomorrow. Life is not yesterday. Life is right here. So now you're responsible to feel how you feel and be honest with yourself. And if you don't like the way you feel, you have the responsibility and the ability to change it in that moment. And just doing that step by step, hour by hour, it becomes habitual. And you start to actually feel the changes and what feeling good can actually do to your life and what it can do to the people around you. Try to be solution-based and more productive in making sure that your preparation is all good, bills, all of that, because you gotta deal with that now. and making sure that you feel good as a person because you love yourself enough to know that you deserve to feel good right now. And instead, that's it. So I'm going to end this with some affirmations that I found from Louise Hayes, actually. And I'm going to read them. I love myself, therefore I take loving care of my body. I love myself, therefore I provide for myself a comfortable home. I love myself, therefore I have a career that I truly enjoy building. I love myself, therefore I behave and think in a loving way to all people. I love myself, therefore I forgive and totally release the past. One thing, and I'll shut up after this. One thing about home, figuratively and literally, home is where the honesty is. Home is where you are faced with everything. I'm going to break it down to you right now with the figurative and the literal part of home. Now, figuratively, I've been saying that home is here. Home is in the moment. In the moment is the only real time of raw honesty. Just ask yourself one question in the moment. And that question is, how do you feel? When you are able to answer that honestly to yourself, that is exactly where you are. There's a sense of honesty that is screaming into your ears, into your being, into your heart, telling you what you need to check, what you need to change, how you really feel, why you feel this way, where is it coming from. All of these questions can only be answered at home, figuratively, in the moment. Now, when we get to the literal part of what home is, which is your house, your home, that also screams honesty as well. Because you think about it, when your home is a mess, usually it's a direct reflection that you are a mess on the inside. And a lot of people, they say, you know what, I'm so depressed, I just feel so down because my house is such a mess. No, you don't feel down because your house is a mess. Your house is a mess because you feel down. When you start to feel better first and not blame outside circumstances or outward things on your mood, and you start to really change within, you'll automatically get the urge to want to clean. That's just an automatic. You start to clean and you start to feel even better because now your house is aligned with your energy. So you don't feel better because your house is clean. Again, your house is clean because you feel better. If you have no idea where you are right now, you're kind of confused and things are kind of cloudy, look at your home. Look at both of your homes, the figurative home and the literal home. Look and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Because how I feel right now is all packaged from yesterday. It's all packaged from, 30 minutes ago. It's packaged from my worry and my fear of the future. It's all packaged from the accumulation of all of your experiences. And then when you go home, literally, look around and see what your home is actually telling you. So when you think about it in that sense, if your home is a mess, you already know the deal. Why are you being so lazy? Why do you not care? What's really going on? You have to confront it. Or your home can be spick and span, but it can be empty. Maybe you've always wanted to paint certain rooms, but you just never got to it. You have a clean house, but it's not really decorated, or you haven't really put that much time into making it a home. Why is that? Do you not want to really be here? Do you want to move? There's so many questions that can be answered by just looking at your home. So if all else fails and you are confused, always go back to home. And use the future to visualize, to have fun. Make the visualization a circus of some sort, or a party, or just a place to just escape and just go into. Because the whole point still centers back to home. So what are those thoughts that you can think about that makes you feel good now, to make you change your mood? And I know you've been hearing that all throughout this video, is feel good now. Is because that's literally all that matters. If you're a parent, a spouse, whatever, when you feel good, trust me, everybody around you knows. And it affects them. So you feeling good is a priority. There is a selfish sense of loving yourself, and it's okay with that. Release what does not serve you anymore. Those thoughts about the future and what ifs, those are all pointless. They are energy wasters, and they are not doing anything for your home. So let go. Let go. I remember I posted the affirmations on Facebook, and someone said one of the affirmations is, you know, about being happy with your career and building it. And someone made a comment and said, I wish I was happy with my job. I guess I have work to do, or something like that, to that effect. And I answered her and I said, listen, find your passion. What makes you happy? Figure that out first if you have it, and then take the necessary steps to move towards that passion, and opportunity will open up. It's all about the intent. It's about the belief. It's about how you feel. And once it accumulates enough, opportunities and circumstances actually present themselves to you. And the reason why they haven't presented themselves yet is because you are blinded to it. You're not even aware of that opening. So how could you see? That's like you wanting like this black BMW, right? All of a sudden you put it in your head that you want a black Beamer. You know the model, you know the make, whatever. You want that. Once you already made that decision here, guess what your eyes start to see? You start to see black Beamers everywhere. Everywhere. I remember when I first wanted to get my car, I wanted either a Beamer or an Infiniti. And I swear to God, every other car was a Beamer or an Infiniti. Now, is that magic? I mean, were these Beamers and Infinitis not there before? No, they were always there. It's just that it wasn't here first, so my eyes couldn't see them. And it's the same thing for everything else. Once you make that decision here, everything else opens up here. This is the last thing. The actual eyes, the vision is the last thing. The real vision starts here in your mind. I can go on and on, I swear to God. I'm sorry I make these videos so long, but it's just so important that we just get this simple way of being just down packed. It's not about your religious belief. It's not about anything else societal. It's seriously all about here. In here. And nobody can get all up in here but you. So that's your responsibility. It'll be a little wavy sometimes. It's not a straight line, but there'll be some rhythm to it. Those are the waves. That's the rhythm. But don't dip too far down. You know, love yourself and everything else falls into place. I promise. And I'm a work in progress as well. Trust me, I'm not speaking at you. I am with you. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.